12 months after fatally stabbing a neighbor, an Alliance man is sentenced to prison after being convicted of manslaughter. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a 67-year-old Alliance man has been sentenced to a total of 30 to 40 years in prison for the June 2020 stabbing death of Stephen Oliver. George Smith was found guilty by a jury on charges of manslaughter and use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony last month. 1 year ago, Alliance officers were dispatched to a residence on Toluca Avenue and found a 42-year-old male had been stabbed in the chest multiple times. The victim was identified as Oliver, who was transported to Box Butte General Hospital and later died. Well, sticking in Alliance, as police say they've seen a rash of vehicle thefts over the past week. Chief Philip Lucan says 3 vehicles and a trailer have been stolen in the community since June 15th. He says all cars had keys inside of them at the time, and is reminding all residents to lock their vehicles, remove the keys and valuables, and have hitch locks or boots on your trailers. Chief Lucan says the 3 vehicles have been recovered, but the trailer is still missing. Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer's in with your midweek forecast. He'll have that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
We're going to be dealing with cloudy skies as we go through the evening hours. In fact, more clouds than sun here through the evening. Temperatures are still going to stay pretty warm. We'll fall down into the 90s by 7 o'clock and only in the 60s by sunrise tomorrow morning. A stray storm, can't rule one out tonight as well. It's going to not be as hot tomorrow. Then storms will arrive late Thursday and Friday. Friday looks significantly cooler, and really it's going to stay much cooler right on into the weekend as well. Yesterday we hit 95. We were at that temperature or better today in many locations, over the century mark out there for many locales. Nothing in the rain gauge. We're about 1.5 inches short now for the month and 1.15 inches short for the year. Looking back over the last couple of weeks, again, this prolonged period of hot temps going to go by the wayside after today, and we're going to be dealing with a prolonged period of below normal temperatures, believe it or not. Hard to think about that today after what we've got going out here right now. 92 in Scottsbluff, 104 in Valentine right now, 97 down in Hayes, and you can see some of that cool air from some of the thunderstorms that moved through here earlier in the Alliance area, 82. It's 87 in Oshkosh, 94 right now in Torrington. There's still some of those gusts associated with a couple of those storms here and there, and winds are about 15 to 20 in those areas. Outside of that, 10 to 15 mile an hour winds is primarily what we're dealing with. Severe weather threat highest here in Nebraska. Areas right around Kearney, over to Grand Island, south of Norfolk, the Columbus area, Broken Bow. That area has an enhanced risk of severe storms. A slight risk outside of that area in central Nebraska, and any of this marginal risk will be early tomorrow or tonight. Now tomorrow we bring a marginal risk back into most of our region. Slight risk of thunderstorms of severe weather in central Nebraska. That pushes south and east, and anything we get Friday will be sub-severe, but could be some decent rain producers. Let's take a look at our futurecast for this evening. Again, a hit or miss storm early. That's about it. It's going to stay mostly cloudy, a little bit of some clearing in the overnight hours, only to cloud back up towards sunrise tomorrow. Low temperatures overnight going to be in the 60s for pretty much everybody. Some areas right at that 60-degree mark, but most of us should stay in the low 60s. Now tomorrow we start the day. We're going to move over here to this side so we can show you what happens. Throughout the morning we have lots of clouds overhead. Not going to get us hot because of that cloud. By noon, 1 o'clock, start to get some scattered storms. Better coverage of storms tomorrow evening than those push off and lift to the north and east away. Notice the wraparound comes on the back side of that. I really think Friday, probably our best chance of getting measurable precip, and that is some good news here across the region. Upper 80s to near 90 tomorrow out there. Now, we do see some precip coming. You can see a decent amount of it, primarily to our east with this first wave. This stuff on the backside, that's going to only be through early Friday morning. We're going to see that expand as we go on into the day on Friday, and we're going to see more precip here across the region. A storm or two, that's early, and then they'll move out. 64 tonight for a low with mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, not as hot. Some storms come in late in the day. About 90 out there tomorrow for a high. And our 7-day forecast, we continue with temps right around that 70-degree mark at best for Friday. We may struggle to get to 70. That is going to feel downright chilly. Good chance of some scattered storms off and on throughout the day Friday. Saturday, Sunday, a couple of beauties out there. Temperatures in the upper 70s with partly cloudy skies. We warm up a little Monday, get closer to 90 on Tuesday, and then Wednesday of next week back into the mid-90s. But those temps Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday are all below normal for this time of year. If we can get that in here, it'll be a nice cool down for those of you sick of the oppressive heat that we've had of late.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features. Colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens. Brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
Welcome back. Officials at Eastern Wyoming College have announced that a cybersecurity attack received Tuesday morning has disabled the college's computer, phone, and email systems. Investigations are underway to appropriately determine the extent of the cyber attack. College officials are working with local law enforcement agencies, the Department of Homeland Security, local IT professionals, and state IT professionals. Further details will be shared as the investigation continues. Well, a Crawford couple has been arrested on a bench warrant after failing to show up to sentencing on serious drug charges earlier this month in Scottsbluff County District Court. Last July, Scottsbluff police found more than a quarter pound of suspected methamphetamine in Shayna and Jeffrey Guest's pickup. Shayna Guest was convicted of a Class 2 felony charge of distribution of an exceptionally hazardous drug, and Jeffrey Guest was convicted of a Class 4 felony of possession of a controlled substance. Both failed to appear for their sentencing on June 9th, but court records show they were back in custody and rebooked into the Scottsbluff County Detention Center on Monday evening. And one Cheyenne County resident had an unexpected payday earlier this month after winning the top prize in a Nebraska lottery scratch-off game. Jackie Vizina won the $50,000 top prize playing diamonds and dollars. She told lottery officials that she was having a bad day before purchasing the ticket, but that big win certainly overshadowed it. The odds of winning the top prize on that $5 ticket come in at a cool 1 in 96,000. Well, coming up after the break, we will head on over to the Panhandle Humane Society to meet their featured Pet of the Week. We'll have that in just 90 seconds.
Why settle for Wi-Fi that just usually works? Why settle for customer service that's subpar? Why settle for service that's outdated? You don't have to. Settle for more with Allo, the faster, more reliable internet experience that's built for the way you use all your devices. For answers, visit us at allofiber.com/switch today. Allo, settle for more.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It's been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son, or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say, often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
All right, so this is Winnie. She is our 3-year-old domestic short-hair calico. She's our pet of the week because she's just an absolute doll. She loves being around people. She meows to get attention. It's just a absolute little love bug. So we don't exactly know what's going on with her eye. She came to us as our owner surrender, and he said that her eye is something that has been going on since she was born. Or as long as since he had her. But it doesn't seem to bug her as much, but obviously, I mean, there is probably something up with that. We're just not exactly sure what it is. All right, she is going to be $50. That includes her spay, her rabies, and everything else that we've done for her, like her vaccinations.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your midweek community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com. If you're like me, you're willing to travel for a good steak and a great dining experience. Bobby Joe's Branding Iron in downtown Bayard has just that. Some of the Panhandle's tastiest flat iron steaks, ribeyes, and even prime rib. Pair that with a Western dining experience in our quiet dining room or fun-filled main dining area, you and your family are sure to have a great night out on the town. So if you're looking for a great new restaurant to try, you just gotta head on over to Bobby Joe's Branding Iron in Bayard, open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner.
The 100th Annual Oregon Trail Days rolls into Gering July 8th through the 11th. Barbecues, street dance, food fair, a car show, 2 parades, Old Settlers Luncheon, bicycle hill climb, mud volleyball, a pancake feed, chili and barbecue cook-offs, an art show, a craft show, and a quilt show. A carnival, beer and wine tasting, and Sawyer Brown with Ned Ledoux at Five Rocks. It's summer's best weekend. The 100th Annual Oregon Trail Days, July 8th through the 11th.
Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit, based in Alliance, Nebraska, is the only intercity bus serving Nebraska Panhandle communities and Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Panhandle Trails operates a regularly scheduled bus service, assisting you in making connections with Greyhound bus partners, regional airports, healthcare, employment and education opportunities, shopping, family, friends, and more. Panhandle Trails serves the general public of all ages and offers accessible transportation for those with special mobility needs. Let Panhandle Trails help you make your connection. Call 308-761-8747.
Why bank at a local community bank? When you choose a local community bank, you keep money in our local economy. That money helps support local jobs, schools, and businesses. Money that helps fund a stronger and prosperous community for us all to enjoy and live in. At Platte Valley Bank, we are here to help build and support the community we love being a part of. We believe that together, we can make great things happen. Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, United Way of Western Nebraska, serving Bucks, Butte, and Dawes counties, has announced their latest round of grant recipients. This year, Community Table, Firefighter Ministry, and Western Community Health Resources all received grants for their programs with a focus on financial stability. Agencies that focus on education were granted funding from United Way, including Alliance First National Spartans, Alliance MOPS, Alliance Old-Timers Baseball and Softball, and Alliance Recreation Center and Banister Leadership Academy. East Point Hospice and the Doves program were awarded grants for health initiatives. Dawes County nonprofits receiving United Way funding are Western Community Health Resources for their programs with a focus on financial stability, Capstone Child Advocacy Center and the Doves program were awarded grants for health initiatives, and all grants were made possible by funds raised during the annual campaign. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.